What
I just
up,
hear a button
ladies
mashing. That's
and
all I hear.
gentlemen? It is your Brotherhood without banners back again in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day this time, instead of it being fucking nighttime. We are joined by an inaugural member of the group who wasn't here last week. James, how you doing besides playing Mortal Kombat 11, bro?
Dude, I'm just, like I said, playing Mortal Kombat and staying off Twitter, dude. I mean, we got so much stuff going on with Game of Thrones, Mortal Kombat, Avengers. It's too much. I'm cracking under the pressure. But no, I'm seriously glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me on this. Glad to be able to talk some Game of Thrones with people who are actually, old enough to respect the fact that it's more than just free boobies. Anyway.
It's HBO. They're not free.
Well, since you're playing Mortal Kombat, wouldn't it be boobies?
Nicely done.
Joining us just like last week, also Douglas Castle and Richard Schwartz. How y'all doing?
What up, what up, what up? I'm excited to talk about this episode. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, same here. I'm looking forward once again. So let's get to it.
Most definitely. Before we jump into episode 2, I do want to get a couple of quick thoughts from James about episode 1 since he wasn't able to make it last week.
Yeah. Dude. Last week's episode, just what can I say? It was very much these two episodes, the last two episodes, last one and this one that we're getting ready to talk about, are very much the calm before the storm, if you will. To me, like as soon as that first episode was over, I put that GIF in our group chat of Doctor Strange, or that meme of Doctor Strange just standing there saying, "We're in the end game now," because that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like we are getting ready to go into the Avengers Endgame of the Game of Thrones series. And honestly, I'm so stoked. The tension's there, the pressure's there, and you feel it even more so in the episode we're getting ready to talk about. Yeah. But last week I thought was just the perfect way to start things off. Most of the time, those first episodes back are almost like a palate cleanser to kind of just really set things up. But this one did that, but also built the tension and built the anticipation for what we're getting ready to talk about, and then what we're getting ready to see come next week. So I can't wait.
What was your favorite moment of episode 1?
Ooh, favorite moment of episode 1, probably. Honestly, it's Samwell Tarly. I mean, down in the crypt, talking to Jon, telling him exactly who he is, and Jon firing back saying, Daenerys is the queen. Well, she shouldn't be. You gave up your throne for your people. Can she say the same? And I just like, Samwell Tarly, you son of a bitch. You are absolutely right, and I love
it. She's going to end the entire Tarly line.
Dude, if something happens to Gillian Little Sam because of Daenerys, oh boy, I'm gonna rage.
Hell yeah. I think is there anything else that stood out to you from that?
The only other thing that really stood out to me was the very end when Jaime Lannister finally showed up at Winterfell, and that stare down moment with Bran was just like, oh shit.
Not the How to Train Your Dragon moment.
Yeah. It's been like, I mean, How to Train Your Dragon was great too, but I mean, we all knew Jon Snow was going to end up riding the dragon before the end. The things were over with anyway. It's like,
his dragon's called the Khaleesi.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't hurt that that's what's going on, but yeah, I mean, like I said, just so many things to love about last week, but those two were the ones that really stood out to me more than anything.
This is true. All right, let's get into episode 2. Titled.
Real quick, non-Game of Thrones announcement. I just looked it up for you guys seeing Marvel Avengers Endgame. There is no post-credit or mid-credits post scene. I just looked that up. No credit scenes at the end. So after that 3-hour movie, you can go pee.
We'll see.
Yeah,
sometimes they don't put them in those early screeners or press screeners.
So that's very true. Let's get into A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, fellas. Episode 2 of season 8. There's a lot that went on for them not really changing a whole lot of location wise. Yeah.
Can we talk about that actually first? The change of actual Winterfell.
Yeah.
Like, it's huge.
It's fucking gigantic now.
I'm like, Jesus. It just makes me so excited for how much they are invested in a Winterfell. I'm just so hyped.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Like, my whole dream was like, if I made it in Hollywood, if I made it to any level of success, I was going to build myself my own replica of Winterfell where I would live, and it's just like, nope, I can't afford that shit now.
I fucking wish. Yeah, so there wasn't a whole lot that really went on in this episode. There's a couple of things, and I want to touch on them in a little bit.
Can I just say the best moment of the obvious episode was, seeing Ghost, the return of Ghost.
Yes,
most definitely.
Yes, miss that guy.
Can't give him a scratch, no little love, no nothing. Like
that would be too much on the CGI.
I mean, let's be fair. I mean, Ghost, he does what he's a good little dog. He'll sit there. He does what he's told. He doesn't need no scratches. He doesn't need no lovins. He knows what's about to come. He's ready to do business.
Show the dog some love. Who's gonna die?
Like, listen, if we don't get a Ghost fucking up a White, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't give a fuck that we got 3 dragons on the screen. I want to see Ghost fucking up a White.
Dude, how freaking cool would that be if they put Ghost in some dragon glass armor to go take out some White Walkers?
Okay, so this is my thought on that. Like, tip his teeth in dragon glass.
There you go. Just something like that.
Yes.
See, you and me are kind of on the same, like that's cool. Me, I've got a vision of like a Ghost as like a battle cat kind of thing going on.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, technically, I mean, direwolves are magical creatures.
This is true.
So like, he ripped an arm. It wasn't moving after he ripped an arm off a White.
Yeah, that's true. They never really addressed that, I think.
Maybe they will.
Maybe.
I'm hoping they do. That would be awesome.
Fucking like Bran just
with him
standing behind him,
making him maybe like the most rare out of all direwolves. So who knows?
Fucking Bran will just stand behind Jon watching Ghost fuck him up. He's like, "Oh yeah, your dog's special." at this point in time, who isn't fucking special? Like everybody's kind of Sansa's not special.
Podrick.
Whoa! Shut your mouth! Podrick's got an amazing, beautiful voice. And he lays with women, and they love him and not charge him.
Like, I will fight anybody who says positive. How dare you, sir?
Did you not hear that beautiful voice? Made me cry.
You showed emotion.
Of Pippin singing his song in Return of the King. It's like,
right.
Fuck you, dude.
And it's literally right before the battle, so it's like
exactly. It's the exact same situation. It's like, come on.
Yeah. That scene went a tad too long, in my opinion.
I don't think any of the scenes
where they like half the
around
episode.
The fire. I don't think that scene was a waste at all. That fire scene.
No,
that
not at all.
Scene was amazing. And when you see Tyrion just look at him like he knows how to sing, he's like, "What? You go, boy."
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this episode is like, we have spent, after this next episode, we will have spent a total of 7.5 seasons with all of these characters. And it just goes to show you how strong and how well fleshed out and how invested we've gotten in all of these characters, that you can just have them sitting around a fire, just shooting the shit for a little bit. To me, this harkened back to Batman the Animated Series. Almost got him. When you just have the Joker, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, Rock, and Penguin all sitting around the table playing cards, just playing off of one another. That is
literally one of my favorite episodes.
Dude, it's one of the best ever. And this, to me, was all of that and more. And it just goes to show, like, after this Sunday, we've only got 3 more episodes, and then that's it.
Quit fucking reminding us.
Yeah, right? I don't want to be sad anymore.
Believe me, like I understand it, and like I know they're doing like offshoot series and things like that, but at the same time, it's just like, it's gonna feel like we've lost a whole section of our family, and True. It sucks. But at the same time, we can go back and revisit them over and over and over again in DVDs and anything else that we decide to pick up that's Game of Thrones related. So, in a way, they're never really gone.
As long as Jon Snow doesn't become a lumberjack at the end, I'd be happy.
So mentioning the title, Jay, you mentioned the title in the beginning, and I kept thinking, I know where they hearkened it to. I know why they don't release the titles, because each title is basically a spoiler. But if you think about the episode, there's several knights in this episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and it's like it starts with a knight, and each knight is a focal point of the episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like,
Well,
wow.
Imagine if they did release the title and like all the titles would be like "Rest in Peace," and just the level of anxiety.
Yeah,
well, we all know what the title. We all know what the title of episode 3 is going to be.
Yeah, the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah, it's been released since they released the time frames.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that's the crazier thing is this next one's supposed to be.
You mean it's not the snap?
Minutes.
Damn it.
It'll be close enough.
But dude, I mean, that's the thing is we've got an like hour and 22-minute episode coming up. You know some shit's gonna go down.
Oh, hands down. At the exact time, you know, think about it. They've said that it's gonna be larger in scale than the Battle of Helm's Deep,
which is insane.
That's
insane.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I fully believe them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I 100% believe them. I'm just like. That's the biggest battle that's been on a screen.
I'm gonna hold my judgments on that. I'm a little worried about that because I don't know how well it'll play out. You know, something with hundreds of millions of dollars behind it versus something with tens of millions of dollars behind it. Production sizes are different. I just think I hope it'll look good, but like
that's why. And
no,
sorry to cut you off, Jay, but that's why I think it's a great idea that they're doing this battle at night.
Yeah.
So that way, when the lights are dimmer, you don't notice the effects near as much, so it will look better.
Yeah.
So I great idea.
I also want to know as well how many episodes the battle is actually going to be because you know there's still Cersei. There's still it's just going to be one.
It's going to be one.
I
one,
think if not maybe 1.5.
I think it's going to be 2.
I think it's going to be 1. I think the reason they're making it so long is because it's going to finish here.
I know. Okay, so here's what's going to go down. This is my theory about episode 4. So, 3 people die at the end of this episode. They leave us on a cliffhanger. Battle. The last third of episode 4 will be the conclusion of the Battle of Winterfell. Then
I think that's cutting it too close for the Golden Company.
Yeah,
Fuck the Golden Company.
I understand that. I understand that I understand that you're. You know that's what you feel, but they have to then go from fighting them to getting ready to fight the Golden Company.
Fuck the Golden Company. They didn't bring elephants.
Well, here's the thing, and I will agree with you at a certain point there, Jay. Here's my theory on the cliffhanger. I feel like this is going to go maybe an episode and a half. Because the last half of episode 4, I think, is going to be the recovery, the mourning the loss, and everything like that, and then turning their attention, obviously, to Cersei, who is maybe now on the march up to Winterfell to take out the survivors.
I really wish they had changed the name of the Golden Company, because now every time I think of Golden Company, I think of like Hellboy 2. Those like soldiers thingies.
Yeah.
The Golden Army.
Oh, see, it reminds me of the Golden Compass.
I was going to say the same thing.
But try this on for size, Jay. What do you think about this? At the end of the episode, obviously, like we've got people who die or anything, but the cliffhanger that they leave us on is the Night King confronting Bran in the Godswood. Him just standing there, just eyeballing him.
I personally think Bran's completely wrong. I don't think he's after Bran.
Oh, he's definitely after Bran.
I don't think he is.
He's after his wheelchair.
No, I think he's after Jon. I think Jon is literally the prophecy. I think he's after him. I think the only reason he touched Bran is because he knew that Bran was going to be close to Jon at one point.
Fair enough. That's not bad. I still think that what they should do is, since Gendry's out there making a whole bunch of fucking dragon glass weapons for everybody, I think what they should is just put like a little crossbow in his wheelchair. So you could just like shoot dragon glass arrows at the motherfucker.
But he has shitty aim. Do you not remember episode 1?
Yeah.
He's the 3-eyed raven. He can't miss anymore.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, he'll bring Hodor back from the dead and he'll have him hold that dude.
Wait a minute. What if Hodor comes back
Hodor's not coming back.
No, he's not
Don't do that to my man's like that, bro.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Like he sends
The heartbreak, bro.
A reanimated Hodor to go collect Bran from the gods with
oh my god! Oh my god!
Like he's some kind of fucking White Walker Hagrid or some
shit. The only good thing about Hodor coming back as a walker would be at least he would say something other than Hodor.
Would he though?
He would say nothing.
The question.
Does that really count?
Well, speaking of Bran, how savage was he? How savage was he in this episode? He was so funny in this episode.
Like, now he's a three-eyed raven. He has zero fucks to give anymore.
I think he's the three-eyed raven, but people are saying that he's lost Bran's. No, motherfucker, you hit him with that one-liner, and he stopped in his tracks and looked at you. He was like, "Is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it?"
Yeah,
bro. Things I do for love.
Yeah, oh, dude, that was so savage. Like that was when that meme kicks in, and all the guys going, "Oh,
yeah," and this man's whole career.
Yep.
Oh my god! No,
Jamie just standing there. What more do you want from me?
He's like, "Bro, you really got to." That's season 1 shit, dog. You really got to bring that up, like.
Yeah. But dude, like, there were so many callbacks in this episode.
There really were
great. I mean, like I said, I keep going back to like these are some of the strongest, most well-written characters that I have seen on any TV show or in anything that's been adapted from any kind of written work that I've seen in the longest time. Because like just the chemistry you feel between Tyrion and Jaime, just the camaraderie, the brotherhood that's still there after all the shit that they've been through. And just the fact that, you know, they can poke fun at each other, but there's these tender moments that you get, like especially with them sitting in front of the fire and Tyrion just throws out, I kind of wish Father were here. Yeah. And so it's like, what? And then he explains the reason why, and it's like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense.
You see the one that Jamie shot him when he said that, though? He's like...
he's really? Like, what the fuck are you talking? Bro, should I slap you now for killing our father?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Okay. What do you think the odds are that they'll retrofit Dragon Glass for Jamie to have a pimp hand?
0%.
That would be...
Come on.
No.
While that would be cool.
Come on.
Like, could you imagine... Like, and I love it. Can you imagine like a dragon glass hand with like almost a brass knuckles with like protrusions on it, so we can just
not even.
Here's the thing, like even if they did dragon fit his hand, doesn't the glass shatter after when it's in contact with the walker?
No,
because the thing that Sam used to kill one of the White Walkers didn't, and Valyrian steel doesn't do it. So
yeah, he had it in his hand still. If you think about it, what they could do is actually chop off the hand part and leave the nub where it grabs and make that into like a sword.
Oh, like give him like a sword hand. That'd be interesting.
He could literally chop. He's a better.
So you're turning Jaime Lannister into Edward Elric.
Yes, I am.
You're an asshole.
Hey,
wait, it's like boom.
I will say this, Jay. Props to you for going with the Full Metal Alchemist, because my mind went to Ruber from Quest for Camelot when he like that's where my head went. I was like, Jesus.
I was kind of thinking like was it not Iceman, but like during like X-Men Apocalypse, the freaking Sentinels like
oh yeah, the Sentinels are like the T-1000 or some shit.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past. I'm like, which one are you talking? Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah. Well, speaking like, I mean, I think in my opinion, one of the most touching moments of this episode was when Brienne Tarth got knighted.
Oh yeah, I mean, hands down, that was the teardrop moment of all teardrop moments.
I had two actually. That was really high up there, and then with Davos and the little girl, and she had a scar on her face.
Oh God, yeah, like
wrecked me. I was like,
lightweight fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, oh my God. And then Gilly stepping in and being like, we need protection.
Yeah, like that was just great.
No, I mean, there could have like, those are great moments, yeah.
Yeah, like great moment from two very underutilized characters. And I love another moment that I really loved in this episode is the final, like the actual confrontation that we got between Sansa and Daenerys. Like that was a great scene. Just the two of them sitting down, exactly airing out how they feel about the situation, and then of course you get to the end of it, and Danny is still being, a selfish little, prissy, my little sweet 16 bitch. What about my hero?
Here's the thing that makes me mad the most.
My little Joffrey.
Nobody listened to Bran. Bran said it right when she walked. There's no time for this. Like, argue about war stuff later. Like,
exactly.
It's both their fault. Like, Sansa didn't have to bring it up right then and there. Like, let's focus on this one thing.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Granted, it's something that's always going to play in the back of Sansa's mind. But
Absolutely.
You're right. She could have picked a much more appropriate and a more tactful way to bring that up. You're absolutely right.
100%. I was just like, I can see the reason why she was doing it, and to get it in her mind as well that this is our land. We need to make sure that, we're taken care of too. But There's a time and place. You literally have less than 12 hours, and you're going to start this shit now?
Yeah, it's like, really? It'd be like somebody's trying to start, start shit in the middle of the Titanic sink. And it's like, really? Like, our lives are on the line and you want to start drama now? Like, for God's sake. And then, I mean, obviously, we've got to talk about, like, I feel like everybody else has talked about this to death, but Arya and Gendry.
Listen, I understand where everybody's coming from. They don't want to see, Maisie Williams, who you've been watching since she was, 10? Or, no, you've been watching her since she was 11.
The fact that she still looks 11?
No, I would say she's 22.
She's 22
right
now.
She's 22, yeah.
And the character's 18.
Right, exactly. So it's like, granted, I get, like, you've seen her from the time that she was, like, underage and things like that, and you really don't want to. It's like a parent who doesn't want to know that their kid is, like, growing up, having sex, that boys are interested in her. I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, to her, it's not a big deal. To the showrunners, it's not a big deal. Just build a bridge and get the fuck over it,
Here's another point. She was in control the entire time.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be totally different. It'd be totally different if Gendry started forcing himself on her. But no, she let him know. It's like, I'm in control here. Take your damn pants off.
She was like, I'm not a red witch. Take your pants off.
Yeah, take your own damn pants off. It's like, that was great. And like you said, if it had been like a Sansa Ramsay situation, I could totally see where people would be coming.
Oh my God. If it was like that situation.
Opposite. It was absolutely complete opposite. And like you said, she was in control. Both of them were into it. It was consensual. Grow the hell up. Move on.
Well, actually, Gentry didn't look that into it in the beginning.
Not at first, but he eventually got it.
He was sweating bullets because she asked how many girls he slept with. How thrown off would you be if that was how somebody decided to start intimacy with you, like that straightforward about it? I give him a little leeway.
Just a little bit.
Look, Mans is tired. He's working the forges all goddamn day long. And then she come through and she's like, okay, we're doing this. Like, bitch, I'm tired. Can I get a bowl of brown? Like,
but then again, like, I respect that. But then how many women do you think feel that same way? It's like, I've been dealing with the kids all day. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I've been at work myself. And the man comes home and says, hey, I need some.
Arya been cutting faces off of people all day long. Like, she got shit to do, bro. Like, one of the stupid ass theories I saw online was that Arya's a White Walker. Like, what?
No. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I like the theory. I like that theory that's going around that she's going to steal Jaime's face.
That'd be interesting as a way to get close to Cersei and assassinate her. That'd be an interesting thing to do. Like, if he dies in the battle or otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm still high on the opportunity that Tyrion's going to kill her, but
how poetic would that be?
It'd be amazing.
Or I would say it'd be even more poetic if Sansa did it.
I actually think it would be more poetic if Jaime did. He's the Kingslayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kingslayer becomes the Queenslayer. That could be interesting. But in any case, I mean, I know I'm not really the host here, but we want to maybe move into taking picks on who we think's biting the dust next episode.
Next episode? I'm going to say probably 3/4 of that fire scene is taking the bullet.
Yeah, sad as it is to admit.
And as much as I don't want to admit it, I think Davos is gone, and I love Davos.
I love Davos.
Davos has quickly become like one of my favorite characters. Like the fact that you just see so much potential and so much growth from the guy from being illiterate as shit.
Yeah,
that's
now,
what
like,
I mean, as a joke, I want to say Aya. As a joke, I want to say Aya because she broke the horror movie rule. Was she's no longer a virgin?
So. No. All right. So on a real note, I think being in the crypts is the stupidest move, especially because Jon knows what he can do.
Yeah.
I think Gendry's gone. And that's where we get the terrified Arya.
Maybe.
I think at that point, Sansa or the Hound.
See, here's the thing. I'm still holding out hope for Clegane Bold, so I'm not actually gonna go for the Hound on this one.
Well, no, okay. So
here's the thing. I have a question. They're in the crypt, so it's worth all the tombs and stuff. You know where the coffins are, right?
Yep.
I know. Obviously, Ned Stark doesn't have a head.
He's not there.
The corpse. But I'm saying, can the Night King somehow not even be in the vicinity? Can he turn whoever's in the coffins into White Walkers without being in the vicinity?
Yes.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, it's absolutely a problem.
Because you got Rickon down there, you got Lyanna, there's skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to be in the vicinity.
He's technically in the vicinity.
Right. I mean, he's right outside the walls. Like, if he's, I don't know, they haven't really established what his range is as far as that ability.
He's got a big, powerful range because if he can, what was it? What was it called? Hardhome. Think about Hardhome. How many people did he rise?
A lot.
Fair enough.
So many. If he just wants to
also aren't all of those freshly dead people though?
No, because if you look at them, sometimes if you look at some of the corpses, they're really rotted.
Okay.
Right, but no, he's talking about the new ones that he adds. Isn't it? Can he only add the recently deceased, or can he revive people who have been
because
long
some of
dead?
those
We haven't really gotten any kind of clarification.
Yeah, because some of those walkers have probably been around for a very long time, and that's why they're starting to decay like that. Whereas the new ones are literally freshly dead corpses. So
right.
Yeah, we don't have a distinction. We don't have a clarification. You're correct on that, and it bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being used as a plot hole, a plot device.
There's obviously it's not a hard magic system. There are rules to the magic, but it seems like rules can be broken. And my point with the Hound is, I think the Hound's going to die, in the battle. And somebody's going granted, Thoros of Myr isn't there anymore, but I think somebody's going to end up bringing him back.
Do you think they'll use the Kiss of Life? I know it's a book thing, but they could use it.
You're right, but I think they're just gonna go. I think, to tell you the truth, this is what I think is gonna happen. I think Beric Dondarrion sees something in the mountain. Oh, I'm sorry, in the Hound. And he has, ever since he stared in the fire, and he had that vision of the wall breaking.
Yeah.
I think that right there, and he's kind of alluded to it, that he said he didn't have faith in the episode.
Yeah.
He said it as it was a past tense sort of thing. He had faith again. So I think what'll end up happening is the Hound will die, and it'll be Beric back.
Maybe.
I'm still waiting for the entrance of Melisandre.
Yeah, that's an option too, because she's still out there.
Where the fuck are you? You're supposed to be back by now.
Well, speaking of which, I know we're talking about the little girl with the face. How messed up would it have been if she was there? She'd be like, "You look familiar," and then walk away.
Oh God!
I can't actually even think
that
about
that. Really messed up.
Ooh, fucking yikes!
As far as my predictions on who's biting it, I think Beric Dondarrion's biting it. I think he sacrifices himself in favor of the Hound and tells him, "You still have a role to play," and then that's what happens.
And I kind of feel like a Podrick would be one of the first ones to go. I like Podrick. I feel like
Podrick. Dude, so many people will rage.
Dude, we get it. You hate Podrick.
I like him. I'm just saying he's the one that's like there. It's like you're like there to die in a sense. You're a funny character.
He survived so much this long, but like I said,
they all have.
I think Beric Dondarrion's gone. I think, as much as I love the man to death, I think Tormund's going.
Yeah,
I think he does it in an attempt to protect Brienne. I think that's what's going to happen. Davos, I agree. I think Davos is gone. I'm trying to think of who else in the midst of this. Huh?
Who else is big?
Yeah.
Jorah Mormon.
Yeah, Jorah maybe.
I see Jorah surviving that. Just because, almost out of sheer fucking spite. And just real quick, that was one of my favorite moments of this episode when Sam gives his Valyrian steel sword to Jorah.
Yeah,
that was one of my predictions.
I was just like, that right there. He's like, we're basically brothers. Your daddy turned me into a man, basically. Here,
it's not a big character, but how heartbroken would it be if little Sam died?
Oh my god, Gilly looks like she's pregnant.
She does.
Again.
She is in real life, but like I didn't know that they were filming that long.
Yeah.
I was wondering. She looked a little fuller in the cheeks, and I was like,
she did just a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Them bowls of brown really do fill you up.
Maybe Sam is making another little Sam.
Sam, the clapper of wildling cheeks.
Dude, that made me laugh so hard when the one I for the love of God I never remembered his name and it's fucking killing me. I can't remember the guy who John left in charge at the wall.
Oh,
Castle Black.
I can't remember his goddamn name.
Yeah, the one Night's Watchman that I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he comes up there and it's like Samwell Tarly, lover of ladies, killer of White Walkers, as if there were any sure sign that we're in the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah. Yes.
Speaking of which, how awesome was seeing all three of them up there?
Oh, dude,
that was a really cool moment.
So good.
That was great.
I was kind of hoping, like, the dude who's was the new Lord Commander Watch, who'd been like, well, our watch has ended. Now we're to have a new watch begin.
He did say that.
Well, no, he said our watch has begun.
Oh, he said our watch has begun.
Now our watch has begun, yeah.
Well, technically, let's be honest. John's watch is over.
John's watch has been over.
I mean, technically, all their watches are over because the wall went down. They're supposed to defend the wall.
Technically not. I mean, their watch isn't over until they die. They promised that oath.
Okay. Fucking Shima wasn't here when I made my fucking prediction about last week. I think fuck. I lost my train of thought. Oh!
To be continued.
I think the Night King is a bastard son of Bran the Builder. I think he's a bastard. I think he's a bastard Stark.
Interesting.
That's what I was gonna say.
Curious, dude. Like, how crazy would that be if, like, we get that final confrontation between the Night King and Bran, and he actually speaks for the first fucking time,
bro? Can we get a White Walker that speaks and doesn't say?
Well, he is the most intelligent one.
Right. All the others shriek.
I mean, at the same time, I kind of don't want him to speak because, like, you probably have everyone probably has a voice for how the Night King should sound, and like it'll be like kind of disappointing if it turns out to be like.
Let me float another one by you. He grabs onto Bran in that same spot that he grabbed him before in the vision or whatever, and he shows them his past.
Yeah.
He shows them who he is. I mean, that could happen.
It could happen.
It's a good idea.
Night King walks up to Bran. He'd be like, takes a deep breath, like, "Bitch, who you calling a White Walker?"
So what if? All right. So it's never been touched upon, but if he is a Stark, he has the ability to warg. What if he wargs into Bran?
Ooh, sleeper agent. That'd be interesting.
No, I mean for them to communicate.
Right, like, something like that,
What if that's how it happens?
That'd be cool.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, like I said, all of
or
these
maybe
really
like maybe
ideas.
maybe like if he does that, like maybe he'll take the image of like other characters. Like that'd be a good way to bring back Sean Bean or actor played Rickon, all the dead people.
As
So
much
basically,
as
he's
I
just
would
bringing
love,
intelligence
He
from Captain Marvel.
as much as
Well,
I
you know
love,
what? They done that multiple times. It wasn't just Captain Marvel.
I know. I'm just like I said, it's the most recent one that I was drawing from.
As much as I love that, and as much as I would love Sean Bean to come back, he showed no angling that he is back. Like he's been on interviews, and there's no hint, no tell. And I know that people are really
Well, I
good at
mean,
that.
there was the whole little thing when they did the Jimmy Fallon like night skit. He showed up. He was like, "Patience, we'll be here soon."
We'll see.
And it would be a nice little surprise. Like, of course, they're not going to show any inkling if he's actually in it. He doesn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I mean, I see it, but I don't know.
As I've seen in a lot of interviews in Marvel Endgame from Jeremy Renner, there is a beginning and there's an end.
Okay, so let's talk about the easiest comparison for the title of the episode. We get Brianna fucking Tarth is a knight now. Bro, okay. So they just broke stereotypical convention. Only men can be knights. Bullshit. But can we talk about the one-upsmanship between Tormund and Jaime right there? Like,
oh my god!
If I were a king, I'd knight you 10 times over.
That whole thing killed me.
Okay, I loved the origin of how he got
how he got his name.
Yeah.
And he's just staring him down the whole time, not even blinking. Dude, so
and he's drinking straight milk for like a minute straight.
Dripping it all down his front, doesn't give a shit. It's awesome.
I sucked on her teeth.
Fucking gangster.
She thought I was a babe, and I sucked on her teeth for 3 months.
That's how I got so strong. Yeah, bro.
Brilliant.
They are giving us so much so they can rip so much away.
Oh my god,
be fucking painful,
dude. It's so. I mean, and then again, you had. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll touch on that later. But yeah, dude, when Jaime gets up and he tells Brienne to kneel, I was like, oh, dude.
And then
Podrick started getting plucked, like all of it, dude.
And then you see Podrick. She looks at Podrick and she's already starting to cry.
Yeah.
And like she looks at Podrick and he's like, go. You know you want this. He's the only one that knows how bad she wants this.
Yeah.
And he's like, go.
And like every word that Jaime delivers in that bit where he's like, in the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the mother, I charge you to defend the innocent. And just every moment of that, it was just the atmosphere, the low lighting. Everybody else is just dead silent, giving her this moment. Oh, it gives me chills right now just talking about it.
It does.
Great thing about
you know what would be awesome though? Like for like a future episode, like also now that Brienne is a knight, it'd be awesome if she did the same thing for Aya, because that was all she wanted to be too.
Yeah, that would kind of bring things full circle in a little bit.
So per that performance, he blacked out when he was performing it. They said it in the extra part of the episode, the recap, the behind the scenes stuff. They were like, the director came over and was like, that was so great. He was like, was it? Because I don't remember saying it. Like he was so engulfed in the character that he just literally went with it. And I was like, when she stands up and is like ready to cry, like, and you knew it was something big was going to happen this episode, because when they were on the battlefield and he's like, I want to serve under you. Like, I was just like, oh man, you're going to rip my heart out if Brienne dies.
Dude, don't even get me started on that, man. But dude, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Nicholas Coster-Waldau, he deserves to be a bigger star than he is.
Yeah.
Like just from that scene alone, he deserves to be so much of a bigger star than he is.
What messed him up was that movie that they tried to get him in and made no money.
Gods of Egypt. God.
Yeah. Well, no, not just that. There was the other one where he went to prison.
What about the one with Leslie Mann, Cameron Diaz, and
the other woman?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a good movie either, but it wasn't a
no,
just kind of
no.
mediocre.
There was a movie where he went to prison.
I mean,
he was the leading man.
I'd have to look up his filmography in order to know what.
I mean, there was a movie where he was in a helicopter and it got shot down.
He was in that?
Yeah, he was in Black Hawk Down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun Nikolai Coster-Waldau fact.
Good to know for trivia.
Right.
Good to know for trivia.
I'll go back and rewatch that movie then.
Yeah, now I gotta go see that. So I know we talked about Bran. Can we talk about the beginning of how she defended him during that trial?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
She basically bitch slapped everybody there. She's like, he is an honorable man. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be alive. Mind blown.
Honestly, I was waiting for Bran to pipe up with something about like how he saw what the Mad King did or something like that in one of his visions or anything like that. But no, like making it Brienne made it so much more impactful, and I'm glad they went that route. What
pisses me off is that Dany talks about it like she doesn't know who her fucking father was.
Right.
She said it in season 6.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. She's gotten in the habit of
putting her fucking foot in her mouth.
History. Yeah, just playing revisionist history with a lot of shit, and it's just it's frustrating because, like I said, for the longest time, Daenerys was one of my favorite characters. Still, to this day, my all-time favorite is Tyrion, even though Tormund is way clipping at his heels. But Dany has just gone under this metamorphosis, seemingly from the beginning of the season, to where like we know she's obsessed with the Iron Throne, but it's just like lighten up, for crying out loud. Like, appreciate what's going on.
Some people have been going around thinking that she's going to make a switch and she's going to be the actual villain.
I can see it.
It's absolutely possible. I can absolutely see it.
And another theory. All right, so we know how we were thinking that Drogon was jealous.
Oh, when he was staring Jon down.
Another theory is that Drogon was telling Jon to be careful.
I can see it.
That's deep.
I can see
it.
Yeah. Because there's another theory going around that the dragons are going to kill her and actually go to the rightful heir, Jon Snow.
Wow. Dude, like if that happens, like mind immediately blown if that actually happens.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think it'll be Drogon that does that. I think it'll be Rhaegal.
For the longest time.
I think it'll be Rhaegal. Because Rhaegal's named after Rhaegar.
Her brother. That would be the ultimate form of karma. If the dragon that she named after her brother is the one to actually do that. Like that would be nuts.
So let's talk about the dragons real quick. The one that she named after her brother that died is now betraying her and working for the other team. What did he almost do? He betrayed her almost, and that's why he died.
Almost killed her in the dude.
So
so much symmetry and so much there's so much that they could play with this.
I know, and it kills me because you can't see where it's actually going. There's 15 million scenarios, and each one is counteracting each one, and it's like, which way are they going to go?
Yeah, I mean, to one extent, I agree with you. It kills me, but at the same time, because there's that much possibility, it excites me at the same time because I don't know where they're going.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Like, it kills me with excitement. That's what I meant.
No, okay, yeah. Like I said, because it's frustrating. It's like, man, I can't figure out where they're gonna go. But at the same time, it's like, man, where are they gonna go with this? This is awesome.
I honestly would love it if they ended it like that. Not ended it like that, but if they killed Dany off with her own dragon because of the fact is that she's not the rightful heir.
Yeah, like that would be super heavy and so much karma, and I love the idea.
Can we talk about a Grey Worm's gonna die?
Oh man!
That promise that he made to Missandei. That promise he made, he's gone.
Dude,
he's gone.
No, I've got one better. I don't think he goes. I think Missandei goes, and he takes her body back to her home.
Oh,
dude,
that
you
would be...
like how just gut wrenching would that be?
It'd be insane. I think he would break his oath. I think he would take her right there. I would think he would leave.
I agree. And honestly, whether or not Danny would let him, I wouldn't begrudge him going one bit if he broke his oath.
I think that's what's gonna break a lot of people. I think something's gonna happen, and the Unsullied are no longer gonna want to be there, and they're gonna want to leave. And she said they had the right to leave, and she's gonna tell them no.
Oh, or like, what if like after win the battle, when like and then like Grey Worm and Missandei tells them that they want to leave, and then like Daenerys is like okay, and then like when Grey Worm leaves, Daenerys kills Missandei and then tells Grey Worm that it was Jon Snow who killed her.
Oof, like that would be a Cersei level of devious.
Yeah, wildfire style.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I'm excited. And then the whole thing about Tyrion, being scared to lose the hand of the queen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is we've seen him in like crisis of confidence situations before, but I don't think it's ever been this bad with him.
No, because he took really big hits. Yeah. Really big hits.
Both last season and this season.
Yeah. But I think it's all setting them up for a big turnaround. I know that we're not supposed to feel that way. We're really not, because anybody could go. But I think Tyrion, I think it's going to either set him up for a big, big turnaround, or he is gone.
Yeah, and as much as because I love Peter Dinklage to death, but I don't know if Tyrion survives this. I really don't. Well, if he survives this, then either Cersei or Dany is going to get him in the end.
So here's something that came up a while ago. George R. Martin said that either Tyrion or Jon Snow don't survive, like a long time ago, and it's been resurfacing. Wow. So I hope the twist is that they both survive. Dany dies, Jon becomes the king, and Tyrion becomes his hand.
I can see it, but at the same time, I can also see Jon Snow telling Dany, look, I don't want the throne. I've never wanted the throne. I don't care if I'm first in line. I don't want it. Because he would. But at the same time, again, it comes back to what Sam said. Would she give up her throne for her people the same way you would yours? And it's, like I said, there's so much drama built into this story that they've woven. And to see it all play out, like, there's going to be a super amount of catharsis in some way, in any number of ways and shapes in this whole story, one way or the other.
Well, we mentioned it.
Going on to
Oh, God, Richard.
Oh, no. I'll let you finish your thought, because mine's a different thought.
Oh, I was just going to bring up us talking about the whole bombshell that was dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how you can see the exact moment. There's people in Collider that said it too. You can see the exact moment when she falls out of love with Jon.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can definitely see the switch moment where she's looking at him like this, and then as soon as he says what he says and says, this is the truth, you can see it in her eyes, you can see it in her face, that is like, okay, this is no longer someone I love, this is someone who's a threat, and it's like, fuck me, man.
And it's just like, it leaves you like, all right, well, you know for a fact that he never wanted to be King of the North. He never wanted to be leader of because you guys have had sex. You've had these conversations.
I would only think the only thing Jon really ever wanted to be, was, the acceptance of, the Lady Stark, the mother, and also to be a Stark. That was the only thing I think he truly ever wanted.
Well, no, what he wanted to be was a Ranger.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with what Richard's saying here. Is he just wanted to be accept it. Like if he couldn't find acceptance among the Starks in Winterfell, he knew he could at least find acceptance among all the other bastards and thieves and everybody else who was and the Brothers of the Night's Watch. He knew that there was a brotherhood there that nobody got judged from because they all came from different backgrounds. They all came from all this stuff. So even if a bastard couldn't find love in Winterfell, he could find it at the Wall. And that's the thing, is now that he knows where he's from, that he's the last of his line, I guarantee you the thought process now has switched from I want acceptance, but I don't want it just from the Starks. I don't want it from anybody else. I just want it from this woman who is my only family in the world, really. I mean, granted, I have Sansa, I have Bran, who have always treated me, well, maybe not Sansa, but Bran and Arya, who have always treated me like family. But this woman is actually my family. And all I really want is to be with her, to have her by my side, whether it's platonically, whether it's romantically, because she is my family and she is the only person who will ever truly know who I am and where I come from. Because that was the thing that he wanted for so long. He begged Ned Stark before he left for the Wall to tell him about his mother, to tell him where he came from and who he really was. And instead, he never got that. But now he knows. And because of that, the only other woman who can really fill him in on that is now looking at him as if you are a threat to me. And that is going to fuck him up even worse than anything else that has happened to him throughout the entire series.
Well, now, finally, Jon knows something. You know something, Jon Snow.
So here's a real question.
Well, here's a question I wanted, like, real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We know Ghost finally came back, which is awesome. I'm hoping he's going to be more of these episodes. Do you think the Nightwalker is going to turn Lumeria into a White Walker? And not only would that crush Arya, but that would be something for Ghost to do, is to take on a fellow direwolf.
Take on his sister?
Yeah. I would understand that in a certain way. And while it would be cool, Nymeria is way further south from Winterfell, or at least the last time we've seen her. She was way further south of Winterfell than the White Walkers were. So I don't think they've even come in contact with her yet. And even then, why would he bother with her unless he could somehow see that this was where she came from and use that?
For all we know, like, Nymeria could have decided to finally go back to Winterfell. Like, that can be the whole thing. Like, she was on her way back to Winterfell when she encounters the White Walkers.
Like I said, I still don't see it happening. Like I said, it's a cool theory. I just don't see much stock in it.
I'm saying, because, like, she's still connected to Arya in some sort. Like, that's still, her direwolf. Like, in some sense, I think she still has some duty to protect her in some way, even though she was sent away.
Yeah. I mean, I think they lost, I guess, something for her when they took out Lady Stoneheart.
Yeah.
I think that's when we lost Nymeria really fully.
Oh, and also I want to bring up, like, in that episode, the scene with Jormungand and the little girl. That was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a little brief point.
Jorah and when
Liliana.
That was an awesome scene. That was one of the few occurrences I was excited to see, because, like.
Yeah.
And can we talk how badass Arya's staff looks?
Oh, dude, looks so good. And like, she's gonna put all that training with the waif to use, and it's just like,
exactly. So it'll never actually come up, but what's the likelihood that Benjen knew?
Benjen?
Yeah, what's the likelihood that Benjen knew?
I'm gonna say, in terms of percentages, I'm gonna say less than 5%, because again, I think Ned kept that promise to Lyanna pretty heavily. I don't even think he told Benjen. I really don't. I honestly don't. I think Ned took that secret to his grave, never told a soul.
I actually believe he did. The reason why you don't see Benjen cozy up to any of the other Starks is because he loved his sister. Like, that was his favorite person.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
maybe. I don't think Ned would let him believe that his sister, the one that he loved with all his heart, was raped and killed.
Is it possible? Sure, maybe. Like I said, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It's just this theory that I saw online, and I was like, that's such a cool theory.
I mean, also at the same time, it's kind of hard to even do that because, like, as much as we've seen Benjen a couple times, we still don't know too much about Benjen, even though he's been in quite a few episodes.
He's dead now.
He's dead, but like, you still don't know enough about his background. Like, you knew he was a good uncle, you knew he loved his brother, but there's still like, I think we need a flashback truly to know because like
we're gonna get that in the prequel series.
Yeah, or one of the prequel series.
Do we really need prequels though?
No, but I mean, I'm gonna.
No, but I'll take them anyway.
If Star Wars can do it, I think Game of Thrones can do it. At least Game of Thrones, we would want these prequels.
I mean, you wanted the prequels in the Star Wars universe too, but
no, I did not want the prequels in the Star Wars universe. I do not need a Rogue. I don't need Rogue One. I didn't need a Solo movie. I really don't need a Yoda movie. I really don't.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about episode 1, 2, and 3. I thought you were talking about that.
Even then, like, well, I mean, even those, like, you really didn't need them.
I don't know. I was promised this origin story of Darth Vader. That's what got me hyped for that.
And we got Jar Jar Binks. Congrats.
Well, listen, we got Darth Jar Jar.
Fuck off with the Darth Jar Jar bullshit.
Yeah, don't say
no,
get out of
here.
No,
okay. The real Darth leader, the real Darth Menace is Darth Watto.
Oh my god. No, he could.
No, that's what I call a plot filler.
Do not work on me.
And we are now fully off the rails on this.
Oh, it'll devolve. This is Brotherhood without banners. We will talk Game of Thrones. We will drop anime references. We will scream from the top of rooftops. # dick magic. Fucking. I'm still on that.
One I didn't get
Listen, Melisandre, now it's got to happen. Did you not see the googly eyes? Right? It's got to happen.
I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion. I think Theon's done. I think after the battle in Winterfell, he's
Theon, no joy.
I don't think he makes it out of the battle.
No.
Nope.
I don't
nope, not at all.
But I think that would be. I think that would be like a fitting end to him. Like 100%. He won't go out like a fucking coward. He's not gonna jump off of a ship. He's not gonna fucking he's got this. He's got a spark back in him. He's not Reek anymore.
You know what would be the funniest? Sorry, jumping to a death. Like funniest way Jamie could die is like he's hanging off a balcony or something. Bran goes up to him and he goes, "The things we do for love," and pushes him off. Just as a dick move.
Fucking.
Wait a minute. How many? Oh, Mufasa. Oh my god.
Sorry, I know that was super off topic. I just thought of that. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, I think Theon's cooked. I don't think he's gonna make it. But I mean,
I think all of them are. I think that whole squadron that he brought with him is done.
I mean, that which is dead may never die, bro.
Yeah, that's why the White Walkers are going to start using that motto.
Hey, real quick, guys. I had a weird thought just pop into my head just now. So you know how every now and then they have like people who like do like voiceover acting and everything, reading lines from other movies in like their character that they're most famous for, or something like that.
Yeah.
I just thought about this and it made me laugh ridiculously in my head. Can you imagine Tormund Giantsbane saying some of Drax the Destroyer's lines from Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know why I just thought of this, but I could just see him saying, "Finger to the throat means death." Like, dude, I need this in my life.
I'm sure I'm invisible. Let's just have Drax show up randomly. He'd be like, "I was here the whole time. You just couldn't see me."
The ultimate crossover.
You are truly ugly.
Or like at the end of Game of Thrones, everyone who got dusted just ended up in Winterfell. Like, where are we?
Okay.
What
like,
if
this is a robot chicken episode waiting to happen.
Okay, hold up.
Oh, God.
Question.
Shoot.
Take the lightsaber and the One Ring out of the equation. What's the one weapon that you would bring to fucking the world of Westeros?
Ooh.
The Elder Wand?
Can you
use the invisibility cloak?
Can you use magic though? Like you can
the
just
witch can?
Yeah, the witch can. Can you?
Well, I'm saying if I was a wizard, yes.
If you are, I'm talking to real you.
Like, yeah, like you as you are.
All right, so question.
Okay, no, I'm not playing that game. If we're gonna make hypotheticals in the fictional world of the game Winterfell, I'm a fucking wizard. Fuck you. I also got a morpher for the morphing grade. I'm good to go.
So salty about that.
Can I make molds out of dragon glass? Can I use a mold and make it out of the item out of... Okay, I'm gonna take the gun that Arnold Schwarzenegger uses in Predator and just load it up with a bunch of dragon glass bullets and just go have fun.
Doug, I would see you in the crypts as just drinking. You should be like, I'm good, I'll be there. I just gotta take a few more drinks.
I am not Samwell Tarly. All right.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying because you're out of drink right now. You passed out. Like, wait, did I miss anything?
All right, James.
The thing is, you guys all went like ridiculously out of left field. I stuck with the fantasy genre. I said Excalibur. I take Excalibur with me.
Yeah, but
okay, fine. If we're doing that mythical, like in the realm of the not Middle Earth, but the Night era. Let's see
the Middle Ages kind of thing.
Well, I mean that's.
Would you encase it in dragon glass though? Because Excalibur would break.
I wouldn't necessarily put the blade itself. I'd probably tip the blade in dragon glass, but then I'd probably make the pommel out of dragon glass as well, so I could just like butt it in people's heads.
That's cool. Yeah, no, like that's the only thing that I would be concerned with because the actual base of the weapon, it's not stronger than Valyrian steel. It's literally just the sword.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know what? I take that back. While I like my original answer, I'm doing this. I'm bringing 3 of my buddies with me, and we're all having Ninja Turtle weapons made out of dragon glass. Boom.
There you go. Boom.
You know what? I mean, I don't know how well this would be. I would get a giant mug or something. Get the Fountain of Youth in there. Dip in some arrows. Shoot at the dragon so the dragon come back to life.
Interesting.
Y'all are killing me right now.
Take out the dead giant. Bring him back to life.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Bring the Night King back to life, so it would be useless. So everyone would turn back to human.
No, they just all died.
I would go and I would try to find a way to make myself the Avatar. I'd use firebending to melt the wall, then waterbending to wrap all the White Walkers in ice.
All right. Here's my real answer.
And Night Shyamalan comes in halfway through, be like, "No, I got this." What a twist!
All right. So from the Harry Potter world, I'm gonna bring the Cloak of Invisibility and get my ass out of there.
Okay.
The smart play.
The most practical option at this point in time would be a bulldozer.
Smart.
Interesting.
But wouldn't you get overcrowded?
You're in a protective cage. You add fucking dragon glass spikes to it. You tip the fucking front loader claws with dragon glass, and you just you don't have to go very fast. Like, you can go literally 5 miles an hour down the battlefield. What are they gonna do? Stop you? No, you're in a fucking bulldozer.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the bus from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I would say real quick. Can I
fine.
Something?
Real quick, I'll bring Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Now, agent.
But no, my idea was, or like literally, I've thought about this before of like writing in like a fan fiction to where I get like Ash and Army of Darkness sent back in time, but I get sent to Game of Thrones, and like because I've read all the books and I know all the characters, like I try to prevent shit from happening.
No, see, like my fan fiction, I was telling Jay about this like the other day. I'd be like, at the end, the last episode of Game of Thrones, like when everyone wins, you see like everyone slowly turn to dust, and it turns out they're just on another planet, and Thanos just did the snap.
That'd definitely be
hilarious.
All right, guys, we have gotten way off topic. Unfortunately, I do have to wrap this up. This has been a blast. James, thanks for showing up, dude. I'm sorry it was so late last week. It was just a lot of scheduling issues.
Dude, it is what it is.
But yeah, I would love to have you back. This has been a fucking blast.
Yeah, I mean, we touched literally on everything like in that episode anyway. I think like 20 minutes ago. Let's face it.
We just went wild with fan theories and just shooting the shit.
You know what? That's what this is all about.
Exactly.
That's what this is all about. Brotherhood without.
Real quick, was there anything that we missed, like major, in this episode? Like, I think we touched on practically everything.
Tyrion telling Brienne to fuck off, basically. Yeah.
Think about the only thing we didn't touch on was when Theon came back and like asked Sansa if he'd fight for them, and I think that was about it.
Yeah. We talked about how he was gonna die, so like, I mean, we touched on the important bit. We touched on the important bit. But yeah, this has been Brotherhood Without Advertisements. From James, from Doug, from Richard, your mom, from myself. Don't spoil Endgame. Don't be a fucking guy. Don't fucking do it.
And hey, let me say, while we're on the subject, you know, I
2
used
weeks.
to work in a movie theater. Some of these theaters are going to be open like all 24 hours all weekend long. Do them all a favor. Don't leave your trash laying around in the theater, please.
Yeah.
Total dick move.
Bro, their AMCs are open 24 hours a day for fucking Endgame for like the first 2 weeks or some shit. Haven showed a fucking Pendergrass showed a fucking picture on his Facebook page of an IMAX screening at 2:40 in the fucking morning.
Yep.
Clean up after yourselves. Don't be a dick, and don't
be a troll.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. You ain't seen it after 2 weeks. I'm sorry, you're fucked. I'll spoil the fucking movie for you, even if I haven't seen it. After 2 weeks.
There you go.
All right, guys. We're the fuck out of here, though. Again, Brotherhood Without Advertisements. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 3, which right now, we're not going to give any spoilers away because I'm not going to Google the title of the episode. But we all know it's the Battle of Winterfell. We'll be back to talk about that and probably say some more dumb, nerdy shit. So, yeah. Peace.
Later.
Valamagulis.
Valamagulis, Valamagulis.
Yes.